Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be doing the ninth experiment, which is known as thread synchronization in Java. And as you can see, I'll load the question now. So I'll be doing this particular question, which says solve the inventory problem using the synchronization and multi-threading, wherein the producer adds where producer thread, it will add the product to the stock, and the consumer thread will consume the data from the stock, wherein the stock is a common object that will be shared by both the producer and the consumer. So like here, this is basically your inventory problem, wherein like we have producer produces the data, consumer will consume that same data, and in order to demonstrate this, we're using a particular object known as stock, which in my program I've used as p in order to, like, I don't know, save time, save space, whatever. But yeah, that's why I'm using it. And secondly, like what I'm going to be demonstrating is it's like the same thing when which like the producer will produce, the consumer will consume, and like the producer will the moment I declare start for both of them, like for both the threads, like T1 does start and T2 does start respectively for producer and consumer, what will be happening is we'll see that the producer and consumer will be displayed first, and then below them put get kind of thing. So let's see our program. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So as you can see, I have the stock which they have told me to take. I've used a letter P in that place, and this is the main function wherein I've taken two threads known as producer and the consumer, which in my case is T1 and T2 respectively. And as you can see over here, I've made like the anonymous inner type, and this happens using that control space in Eclipse. If you're using, you can get this, like and that's really a typing assistant. It's really useful, please try it out. And the inner class of it's like the inner class will implement that runnable. Okay, so it's like an anonymous inner class that's implementing this runnable out here, within which I'll be creating the run method, and it's an overridden method. And this all happens when you do like the typing assistant. You get this entire thing without the for loop, of course. So within the for loop, I'll be creating um, like I'll be running it 6 times for both the producer and the consumer, and I'll be like calling two functions, that is put and get. So put means producing, okay, producing and putting it to the uh, stack or whatever, and get out here means reusing it or consuming it, right? So like going out here wherein the producing and acts and consuming actually takes part. Let's look at this thing. Okay, so in class process data is like the intermediary process that's happening, okay, that is bridging rather these two processes. So in class process data, I'll be showing that both the threads will be using the same object, and I'll be creating a private data, and I'll take a flag, okay, and initialize it to true, and I'll be creating a method called as synchronized public void. See, notice this thing I've called it as I've it's of type synchronized, means I want these two to be synchronized with each other, producing and consuming, right? That's why I've called it synchronized over here and synchronized here. So it should be timed. It should be like इसके बाद ये इसके बाद ये, okay, it should not break link, okay, it cannot be like producer produce 2 goods and the consumer consume 1, and then again the producer produces 2 and the consumer consumes 1. No, I want it to be like producer and then consumer. I'm not setting any delays as such for like producer consumer consumer, that kind of a situation. I only made it like first the producer produces, then the consumer produces. That's my thing here. So what happens here is in the producing method, I've taken the parameter as an integer, and I've set the data to I, okay, and I'll be printing out the put plus data, okay, and notify. Yes, notify is the standard method. Notify is used in order to tell that yes, this is done, okay. So moment I print out, I'll be like yes, I have produced something. I should be notifying the system that yes, producer has done the work. Now the consumer can consume that one, whatever has been produced. Okay. Then after this is done, I will be initializing f to false. Okay. So like it's like how you have a say binary signals, right? True and then false. So like so initially when the flag is true, the producer produces and says like I've produced the data by through notification, and then it goes to the false state, wherein which we'll be waiting. Okay, we'll be waiting. Why will we wait? For the consumer to consume, as what I'm saying here. Now if this means like if f is true, okay, they will wait, because the producer is producing, then that's obvious. And else what will happen is it will print out get data. Okay, and this wait method I have to be putting in try catch block, otherwise it gives an error. And because it's a checked exception, yeah, kind of thing, and it's like an interrupted exception. Okay, and then I'll be calling the method notify again in order to tell the system that the producer can produce another code now. Okay, and then I'll put f is equals to true. Let's run. As you can see, so the producer produces the first code, consumer consumes, producer produces, consumer consumes, like that, so on and so forth. Thank you guys, meet you in my next video.